Islam. Assalamu alaikum to the Fidels. Peace be unto you. To the infidels. This is Count Noble L. Dallas L. Bailey Bay. We're back with the Moorvue podcast, representing the Moorish Society for the Ministry of America, giving you a Moorvue perspective on the daily events, dealing with education, economics, law, reaction videos of the daily topics, covering everything, going across the board. I'm really going to try to expand everything into all the things that I'm interested in. And I'm interested in a lot. And being a Moor, you have to be abreast of a lot. You have to have knowledge of a lot. I mean, that's our gross domestic product as a nation, as a Moorish nation, is knowledge. And so I cover different things. Today we're covering Lapeef Talk with the lead attorney, and Dr. David breaks down why men need to record women when they get hostile. King Talk. Let's get it.
You know, men are humans too. And if you just slap a man, he might have a knee-jerk reaction. And now this is escalated, right? You put this man in a situation where just being a human being, you hit him and he just, and now, his freedom is on the line. And so, I think this is a good discussion piece where everybody just needs to keep their hands to themselves. And the government, police, judges, everyone needs to take this issue seriously when the violence is against men.
Okay. Lead, I had a question for you too. Because one of the things that keeps coming up is, when I'm seeing sisters discuss this matter, they're more or less talking style points, right? So they're saying, oh, 3 a.m, how could he put his baby out? Right? Like when he was asking for the young lady to leave his apartment, like, so one of the counterpoints that I had was that, like, so his daughter couldn't stay with him through the morning, like he's not the father. Then
Exactly.
well, then the other thing that I'm hearing, and I just want to get your take on it. And I know the other gentlemen want to chime in too, but
the baby did say the baby could stay. She had to go. I just want to say that for the record. A lot of times, if you hadn't seen the video, or a lot of times when we listen to stuff, we don't know the full thing. But he did say the baby could stay, but she had to go. Just clearing out that part.
Thing was, why did he have to record it on Instagram Live? Why Instagram? I mean, he just embarrassed her and his family and so on and so forth. And I'm like, but well, wait, you just wanted him to record it privately, and then anything could happen to the phone, or anything could happen in between that time. At least on IG Live, even if he's willing to embarrass himself, his followers got to see it, her followers got to see it. You have some arbitrary form of keeping the evidence in the clouds or something, but there's a record of it, regardless of whether it was on IG Live or just recorded straight to video on his phone. But I hear a lot of people arguing style points, like condemning him for going to IG Live and recording it. So what are your thoughts around that?
Yeah, I think that was great. They're going to condemn him for for any little thing that they could find, right? And you're exactly right. You don't want it just to your phone because you don't know what'll happen. Now, I volunteer for.
Give me 90 seconds and I'll reveal why you should be buying silver and how to get started.
Yo, this is where I get my silver from, just to let y'all know.
The politicians in Washington who keep
moneymetals.com.
trillions of US dollars. We've all
for the ACLU, especially when they have marches here in Atlanta and you volunteer to be an observer. And they have a special app that records in real time what you're seeing. So if you see any police brutality or something like that, you can record that, and it is immediately recorded in real time through a live feed up to their servers. So even if the cops see you recording and they come and they take your phone and they smash your phone, there is still video there. So of course he doesn't have that app, right? But I think that's absolutely perfect, because if the baby stream something through IG Live, someone's going to have a record of it, right? So I thought that was absolutely fantastic. If the woman didn't want to be embarrassed, it's not that he should have stopped streaming on IG Live. She should have acted like she had some sense. If she didn't want to be embarrassed, she should have just went into the back room or left, which would be
or left. Just want to do this. Disclaimer, copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowances made for the fair use of purposes such as this criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Oh, she could have left. That's one argument that I haven't heard. She could have just left. But like I said, when it happened, I'm like, you got a 3-month-old with this young lady. You know, she in the clothes, meaning she didn't spend the night, meaning whatever didn't happen the night before. You want her to leave, it just ain't gonna go as smoothly as you wanted to go. And then you say you had past issues. You know what I'm saying? The decision we make makes up our world today.
The best thing. But if you don't want to leave, fine. Go to the back room and be quiet. It's not your place. It's not your house. He obviously is not your husband. He's calling you a side chick himself. You're not even his number one, right?
Nope.
So just sit down like you've got some sense. Go put a bra on and tend to your baby, right?
Right. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Now I know I know that comment right there, a lot of people are not gonna like, because it's just too real. Because like, oh, why she have to exercise some control? We all supposed to exercise some type of control. We're supposed to be adults. We're supposed to act like it at some point in time in our lives.
Be nothing for her to be embarrassed about if she acted like she had some sense.
Yeah, I like that. David, let me get your take on this.
Yeah, I mean, I think these are situations that, I mean, he's fortunate that he has the resources at his disposal and the attention to handle the situation in the way he does. But the vast majority of Black men across this country, that situation could have escalated in a completely different direction without a record of.
Exactly, just like Mike White. You know the story about Mike White. He called the police. On, I think it was his wife. I think they was married. Let me check 1 second. Matter of fact, I might have the wrong name. Here we go. It was, I said Mike White. It was in Chicago. And the last name of the gentleman was Craig. I'm sorry, not Mike White, Craig. His name was Michael Craig. I said Mike White. Michael Craig. And he called, in Chicago, he called the police to tell them that he was being stabbed and held at knife point by his, I don't know if it's girlfriend or his wife. It's his wife, my wife. In his 911 call that morning, Craig said, my wife got a knife on me on the bed right now on my throat. And I don't know if you can see, that was Michael Craig right there. Called police on his wife stabbing him. He got shot and killed. So like Dr. David just said, for many other of us, other Black and Moor men out here, it's a different story. The decisions that we make, you know what I mean? Like, he was getting stabbed Like, what's worse, getting stabbed by his wife or getting shot by the police? That's a choice that you have when you make the wrong choice. So messed up. Yeah, that's another one. Want to follow me on IG? It's count_noble_L Dallas. On Facebook, it's Moor Made. I'll put any information about the Moorish Disciple Ministry. If you want to contact information down in the description box. Until next time, I'll be back.